Welcome to the bonus lecture of this course. Now, what I wanted to do is put a video together that kind of had a few of the things that didn't fit into any of the other lectures, but were still important and are great overall tips and extra little things you can do to really pimp out your space. And with that said, the first tip is this really cool cable hider, cable management. I think it's called a cable highway or a cable freeway. I don't know. It's like a plastic PVC pipe that you attach to your wall, and it allows for you to hide messy cables that might be hanging from your shelves, your dresser, or whatever's in the background. So the first step is to first measure the length that you need for your space, and then use a saw of some kind to cut off the excess. Now, I'm just using the saw that I take with me on camping trips, so I'm not an expert here, but please be careful, be safe. By now, you should be pretty handy with these kind of pointy objects after our past lectures. Whew, okay, got that done. So now that our pipe thingamajig, cable freeway, whatever it is, the cool part is that the backside comes with 3M tape. So all you have to do is peel off the outside layer, and this, okay. Now we take the sticky side and we place it on the proper place on our wall. And once that's attached and it's not gonna fall off the wall, we open up the little compartment thing, put that ugly cord in there, and we are set. And I'm gonna do the same exact process for the other wall in my backdrop. And it's great because honestly, I think that this thing was maybe a $15 purchase, and I'm big on organization and I really don't like cords. So this is worth its weight in gold. I would pay far more than $15 for this thing because this is a lifesaver. So this is the before and after. Huge difference, hardly costs anything, and that is a big win. Next up is another low-priced purchase. So in my space, I have a permanent camera setup. So I don't want to break it down, I don't want to move it around, and it's basically a permanent part of my room. Now, this tripod that I'm using, it's a great tripod, but it's pretty big and bulky. And it's also silver, so it doesn't really match with the color palette of the rest of the room, and it just takes up a lot of space. So what I did is I went online and found this more monopod style that has a much smaller footprint. It's a lot more minimal looking. It blends in with the space way more. And you can adjust the height of the camera by just moving up and down the one single leg on this type of tripod. And because I have a standing desk setup, that means there's two different heights that I'm gonna be filming at. The height when I'm seated and the height when I'm standing. So let's say I wanna shoot standing up. That means I have to raise the height on all three legs on the older tripod, make sure that now the camera is level because one leg could be shorter than the other. And if the back leg is too short or too high, it adjusts the pitch of the camera, which changes your framing. And that's just extra complication that I do not want to have in my space. So this updated tripod that hardly cost me anything is the perfect solution to literally every single one of those issues. And next up, oh God, I can't even look at this thing. Oh, these cords, man, I'm telling you. So next up is really cleaning up all these extra cords. You're gonna end up having a lot of cords going in your space for lights, for cameras, for charging batteries, for charging your laptop or plugging your computer in, all of the things. And these add up really quickly. So what I did is I went online and I bought one of these cool compartment container thingamajigs that's designed to hold power strips and allows for you to hide all the extra excess cables that you're definitely going to end up having in your space. So this thing is perfect for those with ADD, and because I can't hide all the cords, of course there's a cord that has to go from the main power strip to the wall, and we know how I feel about that. That's why I got this other kind of cable highway, cable freeway thing, whatever you call it, that will first of all stop you from tripping on this cable, and second of all, just make it a little bit more clean and just less noticeable. So next up, this is less of a purchasing tip and more of just a reminder to add things into your space that inspire you, that give you a certain vibe, whether that's a reminder that's hanging on the wall, some piece of motivation, your favorite quote, something that makes you laugh, whatever it is. It's really good to have these talismans in your space that keep you focused on your goals and bring up the overall vibe of the space. So what I put up in my space is this Albert Einstein thing. I don't know why I love this so much. He's just obviously a brilliant human, and there's just something badass about this. I've never seen any art like this, so had to throw that in the space. And this one is a collage of some old graphic design stuff that I pulled from my Instagram back in the day when I was making edits like this. So it kind of reminds me of where I came from, the progress that I've made in life, and just to really remember to stay focused and keep creating as much as possible. And that brings us to these LED strips. I know you've seen the before and afters and are probably wondering, what the heck is that amazing multicolored light that's making the ceiling glow in all the studio shots? So this is a really great purchase. I think it was like 30 or 40 bucks. They're super easy to install, so I put them in up on the molding on the top of my wall, and then I trimmed the excess that we didn't need, and boom, this is what's giving me that really cool glow in the space. And I use this while I'm working, while I'm editing, and they're just really perfect for creating a really unique feel inside the space. So that wraps it up for the bonus part of this course. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey. And again, be sure to share your studio transformations with me on Instagram.